the process of breathing? Taking in O2, expanding the chest cavity, then Does everyone understand the process of breathing? Taking in O2, expanding the chest cavity, then contracting the carbon that's been diluted through your body's natural filter. On the count of three, let's inhale together. 1, 2, 3, inhale. They tell me to breathe life into this poem. Make it come alive, put everything inside my body onto the page. Don't be afraid to be honest. And honestly, I'm not really sure what that means. Come alive when I can't even process the constant battle of circling around the air in my chest. So now I'm known as a shit talker. Voice boxed into categories. This type of oxygen be fire bending. Burning the idea of conversation norms, creating smoke screens. How am I supposed to breathe when the air in the room is not made for me? Bubble baby, I inadvertently made myself an outcast. Breathing has always been difficult. Exhale. I remember the first time I had an asthma attack. My body fought me. It threw its dukes up and said that we need a break from breathing. My lungs dropped to my hips. I lost my sight. My knees buckled that day, and let's just say I haven't really stood upright since until I made poetry my lungs. But now, my lungs are collapsing. I don't know CPR. I can't predict reaction. Inhale. How do I make this poem come alive for you when you're already dead inside? Nor are you looking to get back in touch with who you are. Rather breathe in smog than take in the truth dead in front of you, all around you. Exhale. Say this poem should be heavy. But I don't like heavy breathing. I get winded. I feel faint. My pipes seem rusty. These hard gulps to remind me of that time that I almost drowned in Somerville Lake. How do I make this poem breathe when I'm down on bended knee? My back is cracked, esophagus pressed to the back. I'm gasping for your understanding. I'm gasping for the parallel vertical airs of my larynx to finally be open. I'm gasping for air. Inhale. Everybody wants to talk about breathing life, but never check to see if the oxygen levels are right. Is the amount of carbon compatible? What if I want to breathe death into my poems? Let every poem mean the funeral of a broken habit. Pull away from the shock, say defibrillator, and let my heart fade out like my favorite song until finally, I'll be able to exhale peacefully. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Exhale.
And the pot calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we've both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still, we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames, but they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says bitch I might be. Says knock if you buck, then says wipe me down. Kettle says yes my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says hell yes, but don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
Wolf, hello.
Welcome, everybody. We're about to get this show started, but I'm going to start off with a little fun. I want you to see something here. I'm just going to let it play. I'm going to let you be the judge. Here we go.
What's up, Melli? Oh, shit. Wolf in this
Good
thing.
shit.
Hey, you said you bring the good ones. Where they at? Julia Queen, beautiful. You boring in a motherfucker. Like, spice it up. Like, you ain't reading the comments. You beautiful, cool. You may be eligible, but like, come on. Like, you sitting like you got a butt plug in, Queen. Like, why are you sitting like that? You got a back problem? Like, for real? You just got over scoliosis or something? Like loosen up. Like, move around.
I assume he thinks he's funny.
Like, that's your angle.
First of
Loosen
all,
up. Like, real. You the vibe. You the reason the vibe is off. Beautiful, respectfully. Like, loosen up. Like,
do you see these people that are coming on here? What is there to talk about?
pop your shit half and shit. Loosen up a little bit. Like, you just sitting there like literally. I'm like,
Are you mad
like,
at
are you in pain or something?
you mad at me because I have good posture? That's crazy.
No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you. Like, I'm just wondering, like, the vibe that you're giving off. Like,
Boring. Mad at me. I can
you-
follow the next 5 minutes. You're probably
you give like a real dean vibe or something, like principal or something, like judgmental, like impress me.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like, why are you worthy of being impressed? Enlighten me, because I impress you. Like, if you know what I'm saying, if you're worthy, I'm down.
Why do I need to?
Hey, why is it that for some reason a very large portion of Black men, we think that we have the upper hand or the advantage or something? Now, she's an attractive woman, and so what is this dude's angle? I mean, insulting her I know that's like that's a pickup artist negging, they call it negging, where pickup artists, what they'll do is they'll try to be funny but insult women, and somehow that makes, and it does work on some women probably, and it does make that certain woman, like them. But he would turn around and I guarantee you he would say, oh yeah, I'm being genuine, I'm being he would, oh yeah, I keep it real, when really what he's doing is just trying to manipulate this woman. That's all he's trying to do right now. Let's listen to more.
Prove my worth in order to you
Oh,
impress
do
me.
I have to prove my worth to you?
No, not if you're not interested in me. No.
No, let's be interested in each other. We're both attractive. We get that out of the way. Now let's prove our worth to each other. You go first. You say one thing and then I'll counter. What do you have to offer me?
What I have to offer
What do
you?
you have? What do you think that you have to offer a man?
You're gonna hear why this is gonna be very funny and stupid. I'm just gonna let it roll for now.
Stature.
What is your stature?
You assume, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you're compatible with, that's my stature.
You what?
Whatever you're compatible with, because you ain't pineapple me yet, so you like something. So me.
Because I'm interested in this conversation. Because
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Cool.
I would like to know what your stature is, though. I'm not gonna.
My stature is 6'4", 220. What's your stature?
Work.
What's your stature?
What do you do for work?
What's your stature?
What
I
do you
reply one question at a time. You ask me a question, then I ask you a question. That's how conversation works.
What do you
It's
do?
not an interrogation, Queen.
What do you do for work?
And what's your stature? How tall are you?
5'7". What do you do for work?
5'7". 5'7". I'm a model. What do you do for work?
You're a model.
Yeah, I'm a model. Are you trying to wait, hold on. Are you
that was an honest response because there's no way he's the model. But let's keep it going. Well, you're gonna find out very soon. Here we go.
Are you model? Wait, hold on. Wait, what that mean? Hold up. Hold up. Wait, hold on. What that mean?
What do you model?
I'm a stunt dick, actually. I do stunt dick work. You feel me? Like my dick, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got the abs and shit, so like my dick, like, in porn and shit like that in OnlyFans. Like, I rent my dick out, like, get hand jobs and shit like that. You feel me? It's a very lucrative. Like, hold on, it's not sex shame. It's not sex work shame.
That's his modeling. That's his modeling.
That's a porn star?
No, hold on, I'm a model. I'm a model. Chill out. Don't shame me. Don't shame me. You feel me? Hey, look, I gotta play to my strengths. You feel me?
You just said
his strength is sex. He has nothing else to offer.
Prove myself to you in order to impress you. Why would I impress a porn star? I'm not interested in porn star.
A sex worker. You got something against models? What do you do for a living? Impress me.
I'm a model, but I don't model my.
What? Oh, wait. You sell your looks, and I sell my looks, but I'm like,
no, dude. You sell your D. You just said it. You obviously don't sell your looks. I'm not saying you're ugly, dude, but you're not Tyson Beckford or something like somebody. Here we go.
You sell your sex.
I monetize my physical, and you monetize your physical, but I'm the bad guy. Make it make sense, baby.
It makes perfect sense to me, hon, and you just don't get it. So I'm gonna pineapple and entertain. Yeah. That's that type of mentality that literally makes me gag. Like, it gives me the ick. If you want me to impress you and you're selling sex, what?
Right.
Well, no.
I mean, in the same token, it's
here comes Melli to come cape in. This is funny to me. Listen to her.
Girls who do actually sex type of work with OnlyFans, and then they still want a man to impress them. So
that is totally fine with them. That is not me.
That's not you.
Not my preference. So no, thank you.
Hear me out.
Great comeback to Melli's male defense. Let's get the show started. Here we go. Does anybody know who Henry Dinkins is? If you do, please put a 1 in the chat. If you do not, put a 2 in the chat. Let's get this party started.
Your mom? Yeah. Okay.
Langford, LA, NK, FORD.
Date of birth?
8/28 of 1991.
Address?
614 West 63rd Street, apartment number 1.
Phone number?
563.
Yep.
676 4247.
Okay. And Henry lives here.
Yeah, I guess so. This is where he told me to come.
Okay.
He don't even know how long she's even been gone.
Yeah. What's your daughter's name?
BREASIA, BREA.
EA.
SIA.
BREASIA.
Yes.
Okay.
Terrell, TERRELL.
Okay. What's her middle initial?
D.
Her date of birth?
12/4/09.
Okay. What's up, Henry? So when was the last time you saw her?
She was in the house.
Yeah, when was the last time you saw her?
9:30.
Last night?
9:30.
Okay. Okay.
With him.
Okay. When was the last time you saw her?
She was in the bed when I woke up this morning.
She was in the bed?
Yeah.
When you went to bed last night? Okay.
This is crazy, man. This is like, you know what I'm saying? I know she fucking going fucking hysterical, big brother.
Yeah. DIN.
KINS.
Your date of birth, Henry?
August 2nd, 72.
Is this your home address?
No.
What's your address?
It's down by Ralston Carino.
I just.
Yeah, I just know that. I
don't know your
I don't know the
address?
full address.
Do you know your phone number?
Hell no, I don't know that either. I swear to God, I don't.
Henry, you don't know where your daughter is. You don't know your address. And you don't know your phone number.
No, for real. I'm finna
So,
give it to you now. You think I'll be lying, but
Well, no, it's just it's kind of.
I don't call myself.
I know, but you got to know your number. You got to know your address.
I don't.
So this is your girlfriend's address here?
It's just a good friend.
Okay.
Okay, here go my phone number right here.
Is this weird or what? Doesn't know his number, doesn't know where his daughter is, doesn't know his address. I mean, the funny thing is people would want to initially defend this guy when you can tell he's disheveled. He doesn't know what's going on in his own life, but things get a little bit worse. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
I bet people have been banging on it.
563
Or shoot.
726 4078.
4078?
4078.
Okay. What was she last wearing?
In the bed.
What you have on, some shorts?
What color?
I don't remember. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't
What's her height and weight, you think?
She's a little taller than he is.
She's just
Okay.
She's a little taller than that. She's probably about like this here.
Okay. What's her hair look like?
she had dreads. Long.
Dreads.
Long.
Long and dreads hair?
Yep.
Like shoulder length or
Down.
middle of the back?
Down here.
Okay. Mid back, dreads. Right? Is that how we would
Yes.
label that?
Yes.
That you gave her.
The white shirt.
All white?
It's
White,
long.
all white t-shirt. Yep.
And you guys don't have alarms or anything on your doors if the door's open? Okay.
You should get one. You should get one.
Remember now, you're supposed to give, the man the benefit of the doubt, give him a chance. Don't diss a bus driver, all of that. And here we go.
And
Talking about getting one.
listen, I know this sounds dumb. I've lost my kids too.
Right.
Okay. Actually, mine just happened last week, and we went back in and we found them in the bedroom.
No, we just searched.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to who have you called? What doors have you knocked on?
I don't know these people out here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I called her.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And she told me she was at work. At first, I was riding around looking. And then me and my son.
Shout out to Cyber, MsRV, Creative, Trixie, Bismillah. I hope I said that right. Let's keep act natural under pressure.
Start riding around looking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then
So how long ago has it been? An hour?
it's been a couple hours.
Couple hours?
Couple hours.
Okay.
Couple hours.
Have we called
Betterment and Camel.
grandmas? Have we called cousins?
That's what I just asked. She the one. I don't know all that. She knows all that.
She called my grandma already.
She
Okay.
knows all that, not me.
Okay. Do we have a picture?
She does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mom.
Welcome, Rika Reed Gaming.
Yeah. She got the picture, bro.
Who's the girl that lives here? Andrea? What's Andrea's last name? Culberson.
He need a picture of her.
I ain't got nothing.
You don't have nothing with you right now. Okay, that's fine. Have we called family?
I've called everybody. I have my
Okay.
uncle out riding around. My mom's
Man,
on her way out here. My
We've been
friend's on their
everywhere.
way out
We've
here.
been every
Okay.
fucking way.
And she's gonna be with a friend inside.
Spicy Black Tina. Hopefully you see. Good seeing you. Here we go.
some apartment.
That's
most
why
likely.
I said I'm gonna still look.
Okay.
We don't know anybody out here though. That's the thing. She would have never. She would have never. First of all, she would have never woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and she would have never.
What you mean? 8 o'clock in the
I'm
morning.
just saying.
That ain't what I said. I never said.
I know you
guys,
didn't say that.
this isn't the time to fight.
Exactly. I don't give a fuck about you walking,
Man,
nigga.
listen,
You
like-
lost her though.
How did I fucking lose?
Because you was watching her, Henry. What the fuck do you mean?
But hey,
I'm gone, sir. Come on, D.
listen to me.
Fuck that. I'm gone.
Well, you guys gotta come together right now. This isn't a time to fight about it. Okay.
Wow.
So, well, hey, if you, how am I supposed to? What do you want me to do?
I got everything. I got nothing. You see how she stepped on me? You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean,
Like
I got no picture. I got no. What do you want me to do?
What am I supposed to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I
All
get
thing
it,
I can do is
Henry.
look.
I get it. I
All
get
I
it.
can do is look.
I get it, Henry.
Man.
Henry, let's go inside the apartment one more time. Look, this happens more often than you think. We just...
Welcome, Conscious Mind Love. Welcome, Hazel Hamilton.
I mean, well, I understand why she's upset. But when I'm trying to help, she can't run away from me.
You can't
I don't
get upset and deal with the issues.
Yes.
You got to keep a level head.
Yeah.
You know that. I learned that a long time ago.
Yeah, that's funny coming from him, but let's keep it going.
Fuck, man.
How many times have you guys stayed out here?
How many times have I been out here? The kids, this is their first time.
Oh, it's the very first time she's ever stayed here. And so she
They've
has,
been over here, but they never stayed.
she has never stayed here.
Like I said,
So I wonder just...
Welcome, Black women. Wake up and behold. Welcome, Buck One Heart Mindset. Here we go. Buck, good question. The daughter is, I believe, 10.
I mean,
this is such a small.
we get...
She's not in our love. I'm fucking happy. She gonna open the door, man. She's gonna.
What's her name?
She's gonna open.
Hi there. Are you Andrea?
I see Black Tina. The child is hers.
Okay,
I
Andrea.
believe they share a son.
What's your date of birth, Andrea?
9383.
9383.
And the fries in the house.
This is 2744, number 8. And what's your phone number?
63.
Yep.
639 8716.
8716. So tell me about, like, when was the last time you saw her?
She was here.
When?
What time was I? I fell asleep like around 11 midnight. She was here. She was in bed sleeping.
Okay. And you guys never heard her come down, walk out? There's no forced entry or anything like that? Okay. Do you mind if I just come in and take a quick look? I'm not concerned about anything else. I just want to come in because probably 50% of the time we still find them inside the place when this happens. And
Well, I kind of do my face kind of right right now.
what's that?
My face is kind of in a wreck, but
Listen, I go in all sorts of places. What's her name again? Was there any fights or arguments or anything last night? Bree is her name? Where was she sleeping at? Your bed? So where were you guys sleeping at last night? You guys slept out here? Oh. Can you look in the closet again?
don't already know what's happening is that there's a young daughter, a 10-year-old girl, and the police is called to try to find out where she's at. I'm going to keep this going.
That's all closed.
I know, I'm just telling you, you'd be surprised what we've.
I know, right?
That's an old lady right there. Black woman, wake up.
So she was sleeping in the bed with her brother? And you guys slept out here?
Oh. Oh, okay. So this is his girlfriend? Is that how it works? And the other woman was like the baby mom for the child? For the girl?
Okay. What time did you guys wake up?
Now, I was still sleeping. I don't know what time everybody else got up.
Well, what time did you wake up?
Oh, goodness, honestly, I cannot remember what time I was.
Okay, like 30 minutes ago, 2 hours ago? 2 hours ago? Okay. Hey, does she have any friends out here? Like, has she ever played with any of the neighbors? Okay, are you gonna come out and help look or not?
Wow. This is weird. You know how they usually say, like, like if it was a white little 10-year-old Caucasian girl or something, they'd have the whole neighborhood looking for her and stuff. Look at the amount of alacrity that you're looking at the people who are closest to this young lady, this little girl. That is kind of creepy to me, isn't it? Welcome to the stage, Cyber Dreams and Creative Solutions. Perfect entry. Just finished this video. I have a very, very good question to ask you. Wasn't it the Manosphere who said that it's a father in the home is very, very important and should be a priority, and everyone should do what the father says, and the woman should be submissive? What do you guys think?
That's what they say, but that's not using your intuition in today's reality.
Well said. Well said.
I was gonna say I really don't believe this is an actual real life like some child was missing, because they supposed to call backup and have like 3 or 4 cop cars, and sometimes they get a helicopter to scout the area.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, so I'm just like, what is this? Like, this doesn't seem too right. Like, it'd be massive. Like, and not only that, the mother would be like having a heart attack, going crazy because she's missing her child. And she would be like saying she checked here, she checked everywhere, they're not in the house. The mother would be like, almost hyperventilating and going crazy. I don't know. This sounds a little bit, they sound too calm in this video.
Very, very good point. Very well said.
Well, I missed the last 3 minutes. Can you guys refresh me on what happened?
Sure can. Basically, they're searching for a 10-year-old girl, and they cannot find her. I can rewind it a little bit. I'm going to write. Did you miss the last 3 minutes or the first 3 minutes?
Last 3 minutes. I was watching and driving, but subsequently he got arrested for this.
Yes. Not for this, not for what you see. I'm going to keep everything a surprise.
Okay.
Okay, so let me keep it going. Here we go.
Hey, what's going on, my good people? One of the many issues within the case of BREASIA Terrell was the clothing that Henry was wearing the night that she disappeared. Let's take a look at the timeline so I can show you how Henry tried to fool the people. Come on, ride with me. The night that Henry picked up DL and BREASIA and took them back to Andrea's house, Andrea told us what Henry was wearing before she went to bed. She said she went to bed between 11 and 12. Pay attention.
Do you recall what Mr. Dinkins was wearing when you fell asleep? I do. What was he wearing when you fell asleep? Kind of like a white beater and colorful shorts, like white, blue, and pink.
So before Andrea went to bed, Henry was wearing a white beater and some blue and pink shorts. Now, we don't know what time Henry left the house, but police tracked that 2007 Impala between the hours of 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. And within that time frame, we know that Henry visited Credit Island and he went to his RV. The next time Henry is spotted on surveillance, he shows up at the Quick Star near the apartment. Watch this.
Was this camera accurate?
Yes.
Or I shouldn't say camera. Was the time accurate for this footage?
So there is no timestamp on this one. But in the disc, when it shows, the timestamp is 2 minutes off.
Okay, so if it were to say 3:31, what time would it actually be?
3:33.
Okay. What has happened here?
The defendant has exited the vehicle and is now walking towards the quick shop.
And then can we see that lanyard?
Yes.
Now, as he's walking in, and let me pause this video if I could. How would you describe the clothing that he was wearing?
The subject is wearing a black do-rag, a white wife beater, looks like white/blue shorts with a little darker blue on it, well as possibly some pink, and then he's wearing gold shoes.
All right.
So at about 3:30 in the morning, Henry is still wearing that white beater and these blue and pink shorts. You can see it right here in the picture. These shorts right here. This is how he left the apartment, according to Andrea. So he's seen at the Quick Star at about 3:30. And about an hour later, Henry ran into a man named Jared Brink. And he ran into Jared near the location where they ended up finding BREASIA's body. Listen to him.
We got a phone call from Major Conduct up in Clinton County that you had some information that you wanted to share with us.
We got on the 4-lane and went about a half mile around the corner, and a black man jumped out the road in front of me and waved his arms. He said he was stuck in the ditch. And asked if I could pull him out. And it was like 4:30 in the morning, 4:45. But I'm pretty sure he was wearing a darker shirt, like a black shirt, and white shorts.
Hold on, so he was caught in a ditch?
He probably drove down there to dispose of the young lady's body, and he got stuck.
Yeah. Is DJ Torch muted?
I know he paused the video.
Thank you. Yes, I was muted. Yeah, so yeah. Um Cyber actually nailed it. I did speak, but I forgot I was on mute. Thank you for letting me know. Here we go.
And white shoes.
So when Henry was spotted near this area, it was about 4:30 in the
Dang
morning,
it, she was so cute.
and his car got stuck over there. Yeah, and he needed help getting out. Now, at this point, we know Henry does not have his phone, so he had to flag down somebody to help him get out. And he flagged down Jared. Now, I want to take this time to mention that Jared came forward and did this interview about a day or two after they found BREASIA's body. Okay. But unfortunately, Jared passed away before the trial started. He passed away this year in May. So rest in peace to him. But they still had this interview and they still had his statement. And Jared said that Henry was wearing a dark t-shirt, white shoes, and white shorts, which he would later describe in this interview as having some type of blue pattern on them. So was he talking about these shorts right here? Or was he talking about the shorts with the blue and the pink design on it? I don't know. But what's clear is that Henry changed his shirt. And understand this, I can't imagine what he had to be thinking at that time. Can you imagine being out on demon time trying to dispose of a body, you know, and then have car troubles? Oh man. Oh man, I couldn't imagine. But at some point, Jared gets him unstuck. Henry makes it back to the apartment and he picks up his son DL. And then Henry is captured on surveillance at about 7 in the morning. Watch this.
He's walking over towards the cleaners section.
Okay, what was the time?
7:06.
What are your thoughts about his gold shoes? That's strange to me. I mean, I don't mind people being creative, but why would a guy wear gold shoes?
The same reason a guy would wear purple shoes. I don't
And the reality is that he had no business being around children.
True.
So we have to buckle down, ladies, on what we're doing. He had no business being around children, around women. He had no business being able to procreate with women. Look at this guy.
Man. Here we go. By the way, this live is brought to you by MsRV. She's the one who helped design this live, everyone. Give her a hand of applause, or at least
Great
the
job,
one in the
RV.
chat. MsRV is on it.
What's Mr. Dinkins doing at this point in time?
He's placing 2 bottles of Clorox bleach into his cart.
So at 7:06 in the morning, Henry went to Walmart with his son DL. And while he ran in Walmart, he left his son in the car. He ran in Walmart and bought
What a
2
responsible father he is.
bottles of bleach. Y'all see? And as you can see, he has on a white tee, some blue shorts, and gold shoes. Does anybody know what kind of shoes these are? I mean, because I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out what these shoes are.
Them gator shoes.
Because at first I thought,
Are they gator shoes? They look like it. They look like it.
Them Easter Sundays.
Oh man, I don't know what they are.
But fuck him though.
For real.
thought they were Air Maxes. But then in certain angles, they look like Jordans to me. But I don't know. But when Henry left Walmart with his son DL, At around 8:08 in the morning, Henry called Aisha, BREASIA's mother. Listen to this.
Well, so at 8:08, I had got a text that said call me. I was trying to call Mr. Dinkins' phone. No answer. I want to say I called him twice. And then I sent a text message and I told him that I wasn't going to play telephone. Call me when you get this message. I'm at work. And seconds later, he called me right back and he asked me, was Bree with me? And I said, what you mean is Bree with me? She wouldn't stay the night with you. I'm at work. That would make sense. And he was like, well, I just woke up and she's gone.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Really? So we just watched him move all throughout the night. Henry was on the move like a mailhead. But when he called Aisha at 8:08 in the morning, he told her, I just woke up and BREASIA's gone. So Henry wants Aisha to believe that he been asleep all night. Why? Because we know he was moving around on demon time. But that phone call sent Aisha into a frenzy. And don't forget, she at work. And it sent her into a frenzy, rightfully so. I couldn't imagine what she must have been feeling at that very moment. So Aisha left work and met Henry at the apartments at 8:55. Watch this.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Langford, LA, NK, FRD,
Date of birth?
8/28 of 1991.
Address?
614 West 63rd Street, apartment number 1.
Phone number?
563
Yep.
676 4247.
Okay. And Henry lives here.
Yeah, I guess so. This is where he told me to come.
Okay.
He don't even know how long she's even been gone.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, now I'm confused. How can you, why would you let somebody that's not the blood immediate, guardian of the child take the child somewhere you don't know? I think basically, honestly, she thought he was supposed to be in a certain spot and he took her somewhere. He took her daughter somewhere else. Let's keep it going.
What's your daughter's name?
BREASIA, BREA.
EA.
SIA.
BREASIA?
Yes.
Okay.
Terrell, TERRELL.
Okay. What's her middle initial?
D.
Her date of birth?
12/4/09.
Okay. What's up, Henry? So when was the last time you saw her?
She was in the house.
Yeah, when was the last time you saw her?
9:30.
Last night?
9:30.
Okay.
With him.
Okay. When was the last time you saw her?
Notice how he has no problem lying.
So that's the little boy, right? So the little boy is here, but they're missing the girl.
Right. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Hazel. Hazel cleared it up. That was her man. He was at work. She has a son with him.
Okay.
Now I remember there was this. Can you hear me?
Sure can.
I remember there was this. Somebody analyzed Mr. Let Go, right? And he made a statement that he goes after women, preferably with daughters, single mothers. So this person basically said that these men prey on single mothers, especially if they have daughters. And she said that if he's attracted to you, 9 out of 10 times he might be attracted to your daughter. And under no circumstances should you trust any man around your daughter, especially if he's not the biological father. And even in that sense, you can't have whole truth, whole trust there either, because we already know what goes on in the Black community. That's the big secret.
Right.
But yeah, these type of men, they prey on women that have daughters. And this man is disgusting.
She was in the bed when I woke up.
She was in the bed when you went to bed last night? Okay.
This is crazy, man. This is like, you know what I'm saying? I know she fucking going fucking hysterical, big brother.
Yeah.
Dinkins.
The police greeted Henry like they know him personally. Like they done had a few run-ins with Henry before. That's what it sounded like to me. But look at what Henry is wearing.
Shout out to Quita Ward in the house.
And why isn't he
Reset.
at work?
Right, exactly. That's another good point.
The man is not going nowhere at work, not even dressed to go to work. Don't even have a functioning day, a calendar of what he's gonna do, to promote his life or go food shopping or go work out or do something. I don't mind. Look,
But he can pay the light bill.
the fuck with what?
Hey, I'm just telling you what Medea says. You know what I mean? He can pay the light bill. That's supposed to be the reasoning.
And I think we are aiding and abating predators.
Yeah.
Like, he shouldn't have access. Like, as a mother, I know she probably feels that I'm gonna be the devil's advocate. I blame the mother.
You know what? I listen. It's the truth though. Like I can't, cause even I have a friend who's like this, that I'm just like, the man is not working. What the hell? What can he do for you and your kids? Like now he's showing a bad example to your son and a bad example to your daughter. Like why would you want that around your house? The fuck? Your kid's gonna grow up thinking that this is what they're used to and this is what's normal.
Yeah, and then the mother's inability to uh put her kids first as it pertains to safety caused this young girl to be unalived.
Yeah.
And I don't feel nothing for the mother. Like, all my sympathy and empathy goes towards that child, and this is like making me mad.
Not only that, the kid's supposed to be going to school in the morning. I don't know when this is, but like, come on now. This is just craziness. And I think somebody had a chat. Somebody said he's so old he probably got a retirement check.
Okay, I'm gonna highlight this one too, because it hits on these predators that prey on women with children, especially girls. Let me highlight this one. Where is it?
You got it highlighted already.
Okay. I met a guy when my daughter was 8. This guy asked too many questions about her. Even said he wanted to take her and I on a date and bring both us flowers. I ghosted him. That happened to me similar too. Like, I tell men all the time, you would never see my child, right? You would never see her, so don't even ask about her. I had a guy ask me, "Oh, let me see a picture of your child." I'm like, "Why?" I ghosted him too, girl.
Yeah, I hear that.
I
These
don't
men
blame
are
you.
predators. Yeah, they come at you. They ask you how many kids you got. Then they ask the sex of the child. As soon as you say girl, they're gonna start. That is a indication of predatory behavior. They start asking questions about the child. When I'm a meter, you don't even know this man, and he's already putting his lot in to meet your daughter.
got on a white tee, some blue shorts, and those gold shoes. The same thing he was wearing at Walmart just 2 hours earlier. Same thing. But at some point, Henry leaves this meeting with the police and Aisha. And I'm gonna upload the full video for y'all. But he leaves and he's missing in action for about 3 hours until around noon. He shows up at the police station. Watch this.
Hazel, believe it or not, I'm doing a blind reaction. So I am not sure what the result will be, but we will find out soon. That's soon enough. That is for sure. I'm sure others know.
What's up, you need to see your phone? No, I was calling the office back. Yeah, I'm down. Okay. Hello? Okay, what's taking you so long to answer my phone call and text messages? Well, I didn't see your phone call. I just answered it just now, did I? Okay, you're at the police station? Yes, sir. I'm right here right now. All right. Do you have any info for us? What type of info? Like what? Like what? Tell them that. Hey, yeah, he's in the interview room right now.
Notice how difficult he's being. Now, it's okay to be frustrated, but this is really a pathological sign. It's more.
It's to cause confusion.
Right.
He's trying to confuse professional detectives and law officers. It's not going to work, bro. Just like we seen that video with the boxer. Same sentiment, same behavior.
Now, and we're in an interview with him. We got it. Exactly.
Yep, they got him. And guess what? They locked Henry up the same day. The same day. But it wasn't for BREASIA being missing. They locked Henry up for failing to report as a sex offender.
What?
What?
Now, I was just on Alexander live today, and I said we need to create an app, right, where we can go real fast to see who is on this list that's a sex offender. Because going on the website, sometimes you get derailed at all the website and stuff. It's like hard to get to. But if we can create an app where we can type these niggas' names in, right, and it pop up because it's public record.
Right.
Let's read this. Dinkins is a registered sex offender because of 1990. When he was 18, he pleaded guilty to sexually abusing a 5-year-old girl. See, come on, man.
Oh my God.
He was sentenced to 10 years in prison. The offense took place when he was 17. So he got out of prison and came and did the same thing. But this time he went to the extreme.
Right. And you know where I correlate this to? Remember Nicki Minaj's husband?
Oh, yeah.
How everybody was, well, the argument is, well, it happened so long ago, right? It happened so long ago. But see, the thing is that what the justice system knows is they go by stats. More than likely, people don't change. They just don't.
I was listening to I forgot the woman's name. She's a white woman. She's a clinical psychiatrist, and she did a whole piece on pedophilia. And she basically straight up said there's no cure for it.
Right.
There's no length of time that's going to stop them from living out their urges. This is what this lady said. But she was trying to say it in a way to get legislation for it to be a mental illness. So they won't, she was taking that angle. But she straight up said there's no cure for this. Men who would abuse children sexually, 5 years old, he should have never been able to get out of prison.
I couldn't agree more. If they can't be fixed, then they didn't let them stay broken, but away from society.
Henry is a registered sex offender. When he was 18 years old, Henry got convicted of fooling around with a 5-year-old girl. 5. Yeah, he's that guy. But now they have Henry down at the police station to talk about BREASIA. And look at what he's wearing. He got the white tee, he got on the blue shorts. But now look at his shoes.
That's the bandit
Now he got on
uniform.
what? Blue and white shoes? Where the gold shoes go? Police was able to track Henry. And what they found out was that right before he made it to the police station, Henry stopped by his mama house. And y'all know what they did? Served a search warrant over there. They went in looking for those shoes, the gold ones. And they never found them. Now, I just showed y'all the timeline. And Henry moving around all throughout the night, trying to pull the old switcheroo with his clothes and his shoes. After I was putting this video together, it made me go back to Andrea's statement. I want y'all to listen closely to what she said, knowing what we know now as far as what Henry was wearing when he was wearing it. Listen to this.
After you fell asleep, was there any point in the night that you woke up?
Yes.
When did that occur?
It was like at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nature called. So I went and I kind of glanced over. Had no glasses on, so everything was kind of fuzzy. So I saw that she was not there. So I was like, okay. So when I got done going to the bathroom, it was dark. No lights, nothing was on. And then like a half hour later, I hear a key. And then heard someone softly coming up the stairs. I guess he thought I was asleep and didn't expect me to be up. And when I saw him, he had on a whole different outfit. So I don't know.
All right. Let's talk about the description of his outfit. Do you recall what Mr. Dinkins was wearing when you fell asleep?
I do.
What was he wearing when you fell asleep?
Kind of like a white beater and colorful shorts, like white, blue, and pink.
All right. And then when he came up the stairs, what do you remember, if anything, about what he had on?
I'll say like a white t-shirt and some blue shorts that look like bandana pattern and some sneakers.
Do you recall the color of the sneakers?
I do not.
Mods, you see this Rico Young? Now we're talking about a little girl who lost her life, and this I'm trying to keep my my words. This degenerate, look what he says. What this message got to do with what we watching, Rico Young?
I don't know if that's the real Rico Young, but it's somebody using his image, I guess. But I guess.
Okay, imposter. What this got to do with what we're watching? Somebody get him out of here because he a piece of shit.
Just keep it going.
So Andrea said that before she laid down, Henry had on that white beater and them blue and pink shorts, right? Y'all heard her. But then she tells us that at 3 a.m., she woke up to go to the bathroom. And about 30 minutes later, at 3:30, Henry is back at the apartment, then snuck back in. And he has on different clothes. She said he had on a t-shirt, some blue shorts, and some gym shoes. How? Look at this. We see him at the convenience store at that quick stop at 3:30. And he still has on the blue and pink shorts. That's at 3:30. Now, this quick stop is about 4 minutes from the apartments. So, this can't be right. And don't forget, this is when Andrea says she sees BREASIA standing in the parking lot. at this time. So, is Andrea mixed up on the time? I mean, is she mistaken? Or was Andrea trying to help Henry confuse the people?
So, wait, oops, my bad. Sabri, can you read Conscious Mind Love's comment?
When a man assaults a child under 10, he should be castrated automatically. And if the men who have been found to commit multiple rape, something should happen to them, because this is ridiculous. I mean, we're gonna have to get a new crime bill. I think it should be mandatory death penalty, and I don't think they should be able to sit on death row for 30 years. Get them out of here quickly.
Okay, that was number 2. Let's go.
Because he lucky that wasn't my child. I would have killed him in front of the police. I'm just saying. I would have blew his head off. And tried to get off on insanity.
Let's check this one out right here.
Hey, what's going on, my good people? I gave y'all the opportunity to hear the testimony from all the key players.
Black Women Wake Up and Behold says, forget about abort them, just stop birthing them altogether. I mean, basically, it's gotten to very close to that point. Creative, what are your thoughts so far?
This is heartbreaking. Because I look at this and I'm just like, she could be me when I was 5 years old. So this is just really heartbreaking. She had to lose her life. All because a man, him and his lustful thoughts on a little child. Like, there's so much grown ass women around here, and he has to come after a little child. He could go pay a prostitute, like, on the street, like $40 or $60. Why he has to go after a child, an innocent child? And all she wants to do is play Barbie dolls and go to school and learn. And she had to die because of somebody's lustful thoughts. This is heartbreaking.
It definitely is. I like to kick a shout out to Quita in the house. Shout out to LW Academy, Hub for Women in the house. Shout out to LM in the house, Conscious Mind Love, Sassafras. We're trying to go through this video to see what we need to do to protect little girls. I mean, basically, the manosphere doesn't want to protect Black women. So, ladies, when it comes to protection, they're obviously not going to protect little girls either. If you notice, they don't even mention young kids really, because they don't care. So they're not going to try. See, I guarantee you, some other dude knew about this dude. Some other guy didn't check him enough. They didn't put him in his place enough, and he thinks he can just keep doing stuff like this. Here we go.
In the case of BREASIA Terrell, we had Andrea, Henry Dinkins, and DL, her younger brother. They gave us the pieces, they gave us the details. We just had to put it in order. And it was kind of confusing. So I focused on the timeline based off of what they said. And while doing so, I focused on the phone. So come on, ride with
Man. Now, if you mammies that's cloud watching, if this don't touch your heartstrings, what did Umar say? We got to start putting them down. So we got to go to extreme.
You know.
I think it should be some type of procedure
Was Mr. Dinkins somebody?
like precaution in place as a single mother with a daughter if you're dating.
Right.
That was prone to leaving his cell phone at home when he would go out and about? No. Okay. What was his practice relative to his cell phone? It was attached to his hip. Okay. Had that always been the case in the 6 years that you'd known him? Yes.
Yeah. So Andrea is telling us that Henry is always glued to his phone. And you know what? I believe this part of her testimony. I really do. Because we know what type of lifestyle Henry was living. And I know some of y'all watching this video right now, y'all know people that sell drugs, and y'all know how they move with their phones. They always have their phones. Why? Because the phones is the gateway to the money, see? So it was alarming to see Henry's movements during the hours that BREASIA came up missing. And again, pay attention to the phones. So let's start at the beginning. This is what they said.
We went to the house, they started playing the games at the house, and then they took their showers, and then they got in the bed. You know, me and Andrew laid down, I got up, I left, came back.
What time did you leave around?
I don't even remember, sir.
Did you guys go to bed at the same time?
I'm gonna pause it for a second because I need Cyber, if you could, if you don't mind, can you come up with a list of precautions you would suggest at the end of this video that could help others keep from falling into this same similar situation? Just suggestions you have. Same with you, creative, if you could think of some too.
Okay, got it.
Let's think of some ways that we can help. Because some people might be like, okay, I thought of this, and this, but you suggested this. Wow, I never thought about that. You see what I'm saying? Whatever we can do to protect. Here we go. I'm going to keep it going.
Who went to bed first?
Me. I'm in. My sister.
Your sister went to bed first?
Yep.
And what'd you do?
Playing the game for a little bit longer. Then I went to sleep.
Okay. When you went to sleep, was your daddy asleep?
Yeah, I heard him.
You could hear him snoring?
Yep.
Does Andrea snore?
No.
You don't?
All I hear.
Where did you lay down to go to sleep at? On the air mattress. Where was Mr. Dinkins at the time that you laid down to go to sleep? On the couch. All right. And what was he doing there on the couch? Playing on his phone. All right.
And what the sleeping arrangements? How is that? Like who sleeps where in the house? And
I mean, the kids were in Andrea's room.
Okay.
Me and Andrea was sitting out in the living room.
Okay.
We was in the living room, and I had left and came back, and then when I left, I think I went down to Lil Vince's house, but nobody was there. And when I came back, I did a little look around. I didn't see Bree. No, that wasn't that time. I don't remember. No, that's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie. It wasn't even at that time. What time was it? I don't ever look at the time. So, I'm really confused with the time.
Timing is everything. And now Henry is trying to play us like he don't know shit. But they tracked this phone, and this is what they told us.
So there's activations at 10:45 p.m. And then next activation with data is not until 3:32 a.m.
Okay, so there was no activity on Henry's phone after 10:45. Now, Andrea told us that before she laid down at around 11, that Henry was up on his phone. But after she went to sleep, Henry told us that he left the apartment. And they caught him riding around in the wee hours of the morning. They caught him. Look at him. They found him at Credit Island. And we know that he went to his RV all between 2 and 3 a.m. And don't forget, Andrea told us that she woke up at 3 a.m. And that's when she noticed that Henry and BREASIA was not there.
When you noticed that Mr. Dinkins was gone, you noticed.
Boom. Black women, wake up and behold, you nailed it. They keep telling us babies and children is what they want. And the mammosphere, evil spirit pygmies, kept on feeding them these little kids. Yep, they sure did. That's you nailed it. You nailed it. I mean, they almost pretend that there's no negative men out there at all. And like women should just blindly trust all men.
That BREASIA was gone. What did you do? First thing I did was try to call him. Mr. Dinkins. What happened when you tried to call him? It rang and it went to voicemail. All right. Did you try to call him more than once? Yes. What happened? Same thing. Did you subsequently discover something? Did I discover something? No. About his phone? Oh, it was off.
There are 2 calls that take place at 3:11 and 3:12 a.m. Those are incoming calls that come to the phone that do not register a cell tower, which would be consistent with the phone being powered off or on Wi-Fi only. In other words, not connected to the cellular network.
Okay. You had an opportunity to look at Andrea Culberson's cellular phone data.
Correct.
Okay. Were you aware that Andrea Culberson worked for AT&T?
Yes.
And were you aware that Andrea Culberson actually worked from home and had a desk with equipment associated with her responsibilities for AT&T at the home?
Yes.
Okay. If Andrea Culberson were to testify that she woke up at 3 o'clock and had tried to call Mr. Dinkins and found his phone there at the apartment, would that be consistent with her statement to law enforcement?
With her statement and her cell phone records, that would be consistent, yes.
So Andrea tried to call Henry's phone at 3:11 and at 3:12, and it went straight to voicemail. But at some point, Andrea realizes that Henry's phone is still in the apartment.
Miss Culberson, when you noted Mr. Dinkins' phone in the bedroom on the charger and you described removing it from the bedroom, where did you plug it into to continue charging? There was an outlet in the living room right underneath the windows, and I just plugged it in there. All right. What surface did you set that phone on while it was charging? The floor. The floor. All right.
So Andrea noticed Henry's phone was plugged into the tower in her bedroom right here. And what she did was took the phone, moved it, and plugged it up in the living room right up under this window. So when we see Henry moving around between 2 and 3, we know for a fact he moving around without his phone. So up until 3:30, we know for a fact he ain't got his phone for sure.
Yes, so then there's only activity that short period, 3:32 to 3:37. There's a kind of a burst of activity, be consistent with the phone essentially being powered on. And then again, there's no activity again until 5:54 a.m. So between that, there's no calls that take place between that time frame.
Cyber Dreams, if you can read LW's very important message, it would be appreciated. This is a good point. And I want you to comment on it.
If we think of this kind of child essay as men having lustful thoughts, it implies all men because it normalizes it. Men who essay kids have a distorted psychology. I got my glasses on. Psychology. It is not in any way the same as all men. Like I was saying before, this distortion that these people or these monsters have cannot be cured. And we all know about the implications of the white man and all of that stuff, but it has never been a discovery in the black community when it comes to this topic. They claim that we don't like little kids, we don't like little girls, which we know is a damn lie. So I think it's time that we have this conversation about the black community in this very disturbing situation with these little girls and also little boys. Let's not leave out the little boys.
Absolutely.
And recently it has become extreme. Back in the day, they do that thing and threaten. You know what I'm saying? They threaten the little girl. She don't say nothing. That she grows up with all of this depression, anxiety, whatnot. Now they're just taking the kids out in hopes that no one knows and they get away with it. Creative, you got anything?
So I can't say for sure that the phone.
What about you? What you think about let me highlight it again. What do you think about this comment?
Is this for me?
Yes.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, I think men who sexually assault kids, they was possibly sexually assaulted when they were younger, or they have parents who allow them free reign. And basically what that means is that they're allowed to like watch sexual channels and watch porn and watch all of these things, and sometimes you got other men who allow the kids to watch it with them, so they allow the degeneracy of that. So I think it's a psychology of all of that, and now they can't even think straight because they're twisted in the head, and then they see an innocent child who's just sitting there, and they don't even know how to operate because their mind is just flustered, and they want to take advantage of that poor innocent child. So yeah, I think they have a twisted mentality. A lot of them don't know how to have relationships with people, or just straight up relationships with healthy relationships with men and women. As you know, you have normal conversations. They can't do that. Yeah, a lot of them are estranged too.
Well, I'm gonna just have to I'm gonna disagree with one of your points.
Okay.
I'm gonna disagree with the point that you said that most of these men are sexually assaulted. From my initial
Not
research,
most, but a good bit.
from my research, when males are assaulted, SA'd, they go into the LGBTQ community. Now, this man, he showed this behavior at the age of 17 years old. So I'm not convinced that this man had any trauma. I think it's inherently something wrong with his psychology, and it was not picked up when he was young. I believe that he was coddled. I believe that his family pushed his red flags under the rug. I believe that because these men, they try to get away, they know it's wrong. So I can't give them any I can't say that this behavior, right, is an impulse. They don't have impulse to control it. I think it's premeditated. I think it's well thought out, and that's what I have to say. Anybody else want to?
Welcome to the stage, Darnell.
Hey, how you doing, DJ Torch, Cyber Dreams, Miss Creative Solutions? How y'all doing?
And we kind of like, I'm on edge right now with this video. I ain't gonna lie.
I can understand.
Would be powered off or not. It's not communicating with the network.
Okay, all right. If a cell phone is plugged in and being charged, take that scenario and apply it to these variables.
It can be, if it's plugged in and being charged, if it's not on, it's not going to register with the network. So just being plugged in is not going to register with the network. It has to be turned on.
Gotcha.
So Andrea had to have found this phone between 3:11 when she first tried to call it, and then 3:32 when the phone was powered on, which is why there was activity on Henry's phone at 3:32, 3:33, and 3:37. I wonder if Andrea was the one turning the phone on. But does Henry have one of those phones that power on by itself once plugged in? You know what I'm saying?
You know, when I came back the second time, you know,
After being gone for like 45 minutes.
yeah, I did like a little check, you know, and you know, and she wasn't there.
She wasn't there. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and you don't know what time you got back.
well, I don't
Gotcha.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I bet he don't remember. Because this part was a little confusing. He tried to confuse the people right here. Because think about what he said. He said that when he came back the second time is when he realized BREASIA was not there. He looked around briefly and realized she wasn't there. And I was like, second time? Because think about this. We know he was riding around between 2 and 3. So the first time he came back would have been when Andrea saw him, right? I mean, in my mind, that's what makes sense. The second time he came back is when he came back to get his son. And you want us to believe that's when you realized BREASIA was missing? Nah, Henry full of shit.
I don't remember the time. I'm not going to
12 to 2.
I didn't even, the reason why I don't remember the time is because I didn't have my phone.
Gotcha. Where was your phone at?
It was sitting right there on the table, and
what do you mean sitting right there on the table?
It was sitting right there. Well, not on the table, I think it was sitting on a ledge.
In the apartment?
In the apartment.
But you were in the apartment, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, but when I left, I didn't have my phone.
When you left to
go down to Little Vince's.
Little Vince's, okay. But then you got back.
No, I got back.
Okay.
And then I left again. I left twice.
And where'd you leave for the second time, or what was that?
I think I went to the quick shop. Got a pack of cigarettes or something like that.
You remember what quick shop?
Quick shop on 53rd.
Okay. And about what time would that have been?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
And you got a pack of cigarettes there?
Yes.
So the second time Henry left that apartment, he went to the quick shop. And again, he acting like he don't know nothing. So is it safe to assume that the first time he left the apartment, he's with BREASIA? And then after Andrea catches him sneaking in the house to get something out of his closet and seeing BREASIA standing outside in the parking lot, that would have been the second time he left the apartment, correct? They got him at the quick shop buying cigarettes at about 3:33 a.m. So was this before Andrea saw him in BREASIA or after? And is this why the state believes that BREASIA was in that car when he ran into this quick shop? Then why is Henry implying that around this time, he's out looking for BREASIA? Liar.
And then how long were you looking for her approximately the first time?
What you mean the first time? I looked for a while. I've been looking for a period.
Yeah, no, but then you do come back to the apartment, you said earlier.
When I went looking for her, I did come back to get.
Yeah. So I'm asking just how long was that time frame of prior to picking up?
I don't know, sir.
Okay. But did you have your phone then when you were looking for her, or no?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't even thinking about the phone. The phone wasn't even a concern.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Finding her was the concern.
For sure.
No. His concern at 3:30 in the morning was buying some cigarettes.
And then,
so you got back from Quick Shop with the cigarettes, and then what happened after that?
Nothing.
No, well, okay. So but then you got back.
Then like I said, I got back. I don't know what time it was, sir.
Okay, that's fine. We can move past that.
All I know is,
at one point or another, you noticed that Bree is not in the room. Okay. And then so, what do you do immediately after you notice Bree's not?
I go outside.
Go outside. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I went outside.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he went outside all right. That's how he ran into Jerry at 4:30 in the morning.
He said he was stuck in the ditch. And asked if I could pull him out. And it was like 4:30 in the morning, 4:45. But I'm pretty sure he was wearing a darker shirt, like a black shirt, and white shorts and white shoes.
Now understand this. The fact that Henry didn't have
You know what, Torch? Shout out to Jared. Rest in peace, man. And they want to say that, oh, white folks don't care. He didn't have to, he could have minded his own business, right?
Yep.
But he seen it on the news and he was compelled to say something. That's a good man right there.
Yeah. And
Manosphere would say, oh, he snitching.
yeah, they would. There was.
Snitches get stitches. That's a good man. May he rest in peace, man.
Where Henry was when he left that quick shop. But thanks to Jared, Henry was placed at.
Well said, Quita Ward. Who doesn't have their phone at 3 a.m. in the morning making a run? Nobody. Yep. Nobody. It's, yep. Payphone. It's not payphone days, sir. True.
The location that they eventually found BREASIA's body. And so now we know between 3:30 and 4:30, Henry still does not have his phone. At some point after Jared got Henry's car unstuck, Henry made his way back to the apartment.
When you woke up, was it light or dark outside?
Morning.
It was morning, so it was light up outside?
Yep.
Okay. So when you woke up, your daddy was gone. Was Andrea there? What did you ask Andrea where anybody was?
Asked her where she said.
Well said, Feisty Black Tina. This is also what's becomes of the scarcity mindset. Any black male will do. A piece of man is better than no man. Boom. Bars.
She don't know, but they both left.
She said they both left?
What did you do at that point? Where did you go in the apartment?
I looked around the house and then I sat down
Where did you sit down?
in the living room on the couch.
Do you have any idea what time of day it was at that point?
I think it was morning
Why do you think it was morning?
because it was a little bit daylight.
So it's starting to get light out?
Yes.
Dee, did you have a cell phone?
No.
At some point, do you recall asking Andrea for her cell phone?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
So I can call my mom or something.
Why did you want to call your mom?
Because it was just me there.
Did Andrea allow you to use her phone?
No.
So this boy then got up in the middle of the night in an unfamiliar place and cannot find his sister. And so what does he do? He asks Andrea, can I use your phone so I can call my mama? Andrea said no. Let me tell y'all something. At this moment, Andrea already know what it is. She even told us that she was feeling uneasy. She already knew what it was. So why wouldn't she allow him to call his mama? Hell, as the adult, she should have been the one calling Aisha, not him. But what did she do? She sat her ass around waiting on Henry to get back.
Describe his emotional state when he came into the apartment. He was like normal. Okay, he came and got Victoria's, came and got his clothes, said we gotta go, and left. All right. Did you ask him about BREASIA and where she was at? I did not. Okay. Did Mr. Dinkins make...
You know, she a co-conspirator. I was talking to someone privately about the co-conspirators of the black community, which are black women. I think we're gonna highlight that as well on a different live.
I like that idea. We need to put together a plan for giving, people, whether we can't always assume everybody knows everything about what's going through these types of men's heads. So we need to put together some sort of a package.
Like a profile?
There you go. Behavioral, when certain phrases these types of men say and certain behavior types, and and excuses, all that kind of stuff. Because we need to come out with something constructive out of this. This is killing me. We need to come out with something.
I want to say something, if you
Go
may.
for it, Betterman. Please do.
Okay, so something's not adding up here. If they're living in a 1-bedroom apartment, she had to know what was going on, why the girl didn't return home. Like, somebody has to find something suspicious in this case because it just doesn't make sense. Why did it take the mother to call the police? Why didn't you said she was the girlfriend or something? Why did she call the police if the girl was missing? Like, something, I don't know if the crime happened in an apartment or somewhere else. Something's just not adding up.
She didn't value the child. It wasn't her child. And that's a problem with some of these black women in the community.
It is a problem.
They don't value other people's children.
No. And that man sure didn't value that child either. So it's like they just didn't care. Like, I believe somebody said it. I believe that she was in on it.
Mm-hmm. And let me ask you this: do you know the level of dissension you have to have as a woman to not value children?
I cannot see myself not valuing children.
The coldness of the heart and the mind. This is RV. Why you do this to us?
He knocked it out the park with this one. This is a very important line. We need it.
Unless he was very quiet about it. Like she said, she went to sleep between 11 and 11 between 11 and 12. So what was happening between them?
This. DJ Torch. This is from LM Academy. Exactly. Child predators have a specific profile. That's what I was explaining about their psychology. So we need to come up with a profile of the ones in our community.
Right. I mean, lack of empathy is obviously on the list, but there's so many more that I'm not qualified to talk about, that I don't know about, that we need to definitely get find a way to do some research and come up with something.
Is this case still ongoing, or he's already sentenced?
We don't know.
I believe he just recently got sentenced. Here we go.
Make any statements to you about there were issues that had developed? No. You don't recall any of that? No. All right. And then from there, when you say that he came to get Notorious, had you discovered that his phone was still there in the apartment?
I did.
Tell us about that.
It was plugged up into like my work tower, but there was no charge. It was dead. So that was like early in the morning. So I took it off. I put it on the charger in the living room. And once it charged up and he came, I'm like, here, take your phone so I can call you.
All right.
And he took it.
All right. Now, when he came and picked up Notorious, what else did you indicate that he took?
Now, this is really kind of creepy because she has the knowledge to know that if he took the phone with him, he could be tracked.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So you're right. She might have known that she might have been feeding that little girl to him.
And then I'm thinking that he groomed the baby mother. And as soon as he got an opportunity, he capitalized on it. That's another thing on the profile too. They have this false admiration for children. Now we know they don't like children. And if it's overly done, like it seems like it's kind of like, are you serious, dude? You already know what's up. Oh, I watch her, I take good care of her. I'm quite sure he told the mother all types of things.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of their profile too. And then you got to realize that not having a job, a vagabond, right? That's part of the profile. But then they got some that are well groomed, can speak very well, but they have this false sense of admiration for children.
Cyber, can you read Quita Ward's message?
A lady accused me of being fast as a little girl because she knew her husband, I ain't gonna say that, was about to form. She knew my chest was about to form. I told her it hurt. She told me, your fast ass let men play. We're sorry to hear that, Quita. Hopefully you got away from that situation, and you got away from that city, away from that state, and
That's
keep your head up.
Let's keep it going.
A bag of clothes. Right.
Did he leave the apartment at that point?
He did.
When he left the apartment, did you actually reach out to him right away?
I did.
Explain.
Because I was concerned. Well, what's going on? Talk to me. What's going on?
Tell me about that.
I tried to get him to talk to me.
And what was he saying?
He wasn't saying anything.
Did you find that troubling?
Very much so.
Were you asking him about BREASIA?
I did not.
Okay. So what was the type of question that you were asking him?
What's going on? Is there anything I can do? Is there anything I can help? What's going on? He's like, nope, don't want your help. I'm like, okay. I don't know how I'm supposed to react to that, but okay.
Then when I came back, Andrea was up. She like, what's wrong? I'm like, man, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I was freaking out a little bit. So she like, I'm like, man, I'll talk to you, and then I'll talk to you, and then I'll talk to you, and then we gotta figure this shit out. And, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want her stressing. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when I came back, I grabbed Dink. And I'm like, man, he like, Dad, where is Bree? I said, I don't know.
So at around 5:30ish, Henry makes it back to the apartment to pick up his son DL. And that's when Andrea made him take his phone.
Let me pause this for a minute, just in case if this wasn't obvious to anybody. This is why you can't date a bus driver. This is why you can't try to bring a man up. This is why you can't give the guy a benefit of the doubt. This is why you can't, some guy comes out of prison, especially for something that has to do with physical damage. You just can't give them a chance. There's just not enough time in life to recover from evil like this. You just can't. Just don't give them a chance. You can't do it.
It's your phone. And not only did he take his phone, he took DL and a bag of the kids' clothes. And after leaving with DL, Andrea called Henry at about 5:54. So we know up until 5:30, Henry didn't have his phone. But now he's moving with his phone.
When Mr. Dinkins came, so then he leaves with Notorious.
Mm-hmm.
You call him?
Yeah, because he left it there. He actually left the bag. So I called him back that you left it back here. He's like, okay, we're going to need that. So he came back, got the bag, and then left with Notorious.
Yeah. So Andrea calls Henry at 5:54 to tell him that he forgot one of the bags. One of the kids' bags of kids' clothes was still at the apartment. And then Henry turned around like, oh yeah, we're going to need those. I wonder if he was surprised that his phone rang. Probably scared the shit out of him. But Henry goes back to the apartment and he calls Andrea when he gets out front at 6:01. And around that time, Andrea took the clothes down to the car.
So then you pick up Dink and you guys go looking again, right? Right.
Does that cell phone stay powered on so we could track its movement?
There's no activity after this 6:05 a.m. until 7:02 a.m., which we'll see is a completely different area.
So, in other words, between 6:05 and 7:02 a.m., Henry's phone is off. It's off. So, you turned your phone off while you were looking for BREASIA? Yeah, okay. But listen, that would mean that as soon as he picked them clothes up from Andrea, as soon as he pulled away, he wasn't even out the parking lot good. He turned his phone off. So what was going on with the phone at 7:02? Because if you've been following the timeline, we know where he was. At 7 in the morning, Henry was at Walmart. There you go. So again, what happened with the phone at 7:02?
What happened at 7:02 a.m.?
We had a burst of essentially activity for a very short period of time of showing the phone on the network.
Okay.
And that was a considerable amount of distance away from the previous activity, which we saw in Davenport. We're now in the area near Comanche. And this activity became significant because this was the only time this phone had ever essentially traveled into that area or even to the nearby area to the left of there.
When you and Henry got to Walmart, what did you do?
I had to sit in the car.
You had to sit in the car?
Yes.
What did Henry do?
He went inside Walmart.
Did you know why you had stopped at Walmart?
I had no idea.
While you were sitting in the car, what did you do?
Put his battery back in his phone and was playing the game.
So at some point you had seen Henry's phone in the car.
Yes.
Do you remember where it was?
By the cup holder.
By the cup holder?
Yes.
You said you had to put the battery back in the phone. Is that right?
Yes.
Where was the battery?
Behind the phone.
Also in the cup holder?
Yes.
Do you remember what game you were playing?
No.
Just a game on his phone?
You said, is it on his phone?
A game on Henry's phone?
Yes.
You know, Torch, I just hope this young man doesn't pick up his father's behavior, because schizophrenia is passed down through the bloodline. You guys know that, right?
Very, very true.
So from my studies, I'm thinking, if you really think about the Black community in this SA situation, there were certain bloodlines who did this. Uncles, nephews, grandfather, great-great-grandfather, their offsprings. So it's schizophrenia can be passed down through the DNA. I want to take a great guess and say that this behavior can be passed down too.
Yeah. I agree. That assumption sounds good to me.
When Henry got back to the Impala, did he have anything with him?
Bleach.
What did he do with the bleach?
He put it in the trunk.
Then what did he do?
And then we left.
So when they got to Walmart, Henry left DL in the car alone. And DL then snuck and got his phone, put the battery back in it, and started to play a game. And then at some point he realized, Daddy on his way back to the car. DL put the battery back in the phone and put everything back the way that it was. So think about this. Henry had this phone off from 6:05 to 7:02. But not only did he have the phone off, he took the battery out the damn phone. Henry did not want to be tracked. But Henry had no idea his son put the battery back in that phone. Ping, ping, ping. Got him.
Based after 7:02 a.m., we had no activity now until it's 8:09 a.m. I believe I said 8:05 before. So at 8:09 a.m., the phone is now back on. However, it is now in the southwest of Davenport area. So now again, considered traveled a considerable amount of time in an hour and 7 minutes since the previous transaction.
So between 7:02 and 8:09, do we have any information about the location of that phone?
No, we do not.
Did your daddy drive you anywhere?
He went a couple places.
Let's talk about where your daddy went. Where'd he go?
He went to go fishing with a couple people.
He went fishing?
Yeah.
Okay.
He went fishing?
Uh-huh. Do you know where he went fishing this morning? Do you think you could take me that way?
I don't remember that way.
What if I drove you down
It's
that
a
way?
long way.
That's okay.
I don't remember. I don't remember where he was at.
Okay. So
Just a place that he got stuck.
he got stuck? His car
He needed another push.
Who helped push him?
The 6 people that he went fishing with.
Like, and then we rolled around, and then I texted his mom. When I texted his mom, she was at work, and she was like, I'm like, hey, Bree's missing. She's like, well, stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me, Henry. So I'm like, man, no, I'm not playing. I'm for real. And she was like, stop playing with me. And I said, look, man, I'm not playing. So I gave Dink the phone. Dink told her, like, Mom, we don't know where she at. So then he handed me the phone back, and I'm like, I got to talk to him, like, man, your mom mad at me. He said, Dad, I don't understand why mom mad at you. You know, you haven't done nothing. I'm like, I mean, but I'm still responsible. You know what I'm saying?
So from 7:02 to 8:08, 8:09, the phone is off. And he only turned that phone on to call Aisha, BREASIA's mother.
Well, so at 8:08, I had got a text that said, call me. I was trying to call Mr. Dinkins' phone. No answer. I want to say I called him twice. And then I sent a text message. And I told him that I wasn't going to play telephone. Call me when you get this message. I'm at work. And seconds later, he called me right back. And he asked me, was Bree with me? And I said, what you mean is Bree with me? She wouldn't stay the night with you. I'm at work. That would make sense. And he was like, well, I just woke up and she's gone.
Now, ain't that something? And guess what? After this initial phone call with Aisha, Henry leaves his phone on, and then he meets up with her at 8:55.
Your mom? Yeah. Okay. What's up, Henry? So when was the last time you saw her?
She was in the house.
Yeah, when was the last time you saw her?
9:30.
Last night?
9:30.
Okay.
With him.
Okay. When was the last time you saw her?
She was in the bed when I woke up this morning.
She was in the bed?
Yeah.
When you went to bed last night? Okay.
This is crazy, man. This is like, you know what I'm saying? I know she fucking going fucking hysterical, big brother.
Yeah. How many times have you guys stayed out here?
How many times have I been out here? The kids, this is their first time.
Oh, it's the very first time she's ever stayed here. And so she has
been over here, but they never stayed.
She has never stayed here. So I wonder just. I mean,
this is such a small. She's not in our level. She gonna open the door, man. She's gonna.
He doing all of this.
What's her name?
She's gonna.
Hi there. Are you Andrea?
Henry seemed so agitated with this encounter. And when he walks away from this officer, he received a flurry of phone calls from Aisha, Andrea, and this officer. And then at some point, Henry turned his phone off around 10 a.m.
So this is showing 10:08 activity at 10:08 a.m. And during this time frame, there's an outgoing call to Andrea Culberson for 167 seconds. After this time frame, there's no other tower activity until 11:10 a.m. During this time, this is one of those times where I can say that the phone is off. During this time, there's 22 incoming calls to Mr. Dinkins' phone that do not hit cell towers and all go directly to voicemail.
So Henry talked to Andrea for about 2 or 3 minutes. As soon as he got off the phone with her, he turned his phone back off. Why? BREASIA's missing, and everybody's trying to get in touch with him. And he don't want to be bothered. But we know that phone was off from 10:08 a.m. to 11:10 a.m.
So we begin at 11:14 with calls on the northeast sector of the tower identified. Again, 11:14, 11:15. All those calls are outgoing calls to Andrea Culberson. And then next we have 11:22 on sector 2. Another outgoing, that's an incoming call that ends up being forwarded. And then after that, 11:24 and 11:26 on the right-hand side of the screen facing back to the left, which is an outgoing call at 11:24 and an incoming call from Aisha Langford at 11:26.
Okay, now we're seeing that phone hitting off different towers. What location of town is this activity occurring in?
This is now kind of in the more downtown Davenport, a little slightly to the west.
During this time, Henry didn't got in touch with his mama and his sister. He didn't went to his mama house. And his
Wait,
phone
was that
on
Prism in the
up until-
courtroom? That lady sound like Prism.
He
Prism.
reached the police station at noon.
Harry, what's up, you didn't see your phone? No, I was calling the officer back. Yeah, I'm down here. Hello?
Okay, but taking you so long to answer my phone call and text messages.
Well, I didn't see your phone call. I just answered it just now, did I?
Okay, you're at the police station?
Yes, sir. I'm right here right now.
Henry ain't fooling nobody. I hope he don't think for 1 second that we don't understand what just happened here. We know exactly what's going on here. And this is what we know. His phone was off during these times right here. And the most crucial time is 2 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. when he didn't have his phone. Something happened to BREASIA, and he took her out there to that credit island, and he left 2 bullet holes in her chest and 1 bullet in her face. So, to hell with Henry.
Okay. And so would you be fine if we downloaded the phone to have the call logs and the text?
For what reason?
To corroborate everything here about the call logs and the text. It helps everyone out.
Download my phone.
To get the call logs to show that those calls were made at those certain times.
I can show you my
text
phone.
about it.
I can just show you my phone.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? You want to see? I can just show you my phone. I mean, I can just open up my phone and let you go on my phone. Why are you looking at me to do my password?
Well, that's what I asked.
No, I said I will open it for you.
Yeah,
but
I'm
not going to give you my password.
Okay.
I will open it for you so you can look at my phone, but I'm not going to give you my password.
Okay. And then you're just going to lock it?
Yes, right after you finish looking.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was going to ride until I couldn't ride anymore. You know what I mean?
Let me pause that. This is another heartbreaking story, but I'm going to go past that for now. Let's get the comments popping on the panel. Anybody, thoughts, feelings, concerns?
Well, your initial homework for us, I wrote down what I wanted to say. But We don't want another heartbreaking story, please. Not today.
Yeah, I agree.
I did a video on this. By the way, you guys can actually go on my channel if you want to hear this story. I'll give you the link to
Sounds
the
good.
video.
Okay, Betterment. Torch asked us to come up with a list of procedures and precautions for women with children. So while I read off mine, and then you can get yours together. I know Creative. Is she still here? Creative. She gonna get her list together.
Well,
I'm here.
I didn't know we supposed to have a list. To be honest,
I'm telling you now because you came after. And Darnell, you can come up with a list too of precautions since you got some military background, and some procedures that can be used for women to prevent things like this. So I'm gonna go first. My first precaution would be no unsupervised interactions, meaning because they're not, just know that they're not capable of babysitting anything, right? Fine, if you cannot afford it, like some women are desperate, I understand. And this woman, she might not have the income to pay for a babysitter, right? Find programs that offer affordable daycare and night care. They got things like crystal stairs. It depends on your income, you know. My second procedure would be don't give these men no information on your children, especially your daughters, like full names, no access to their social media if your daughters are old enough for social media, and your school locations. There's no reason for him to know where your daughter go to school. No access to you when your child is with you. So say you're dating a guy, you just met him, y'all kicking it, whatever. There should be no reason for him to visit you when your child is with you. If the child is going with her real father, if you guys have something established with the court, like visitation rights, everything, that should be the time that you engage with him. And another note, I want you to understand that if the man is attracted to you, you and your daughter share genetics. So most likely she'll look like you. And I want you to keep in your mind that it's possible that he will be attracted to your daughter. Do your own background check. Run his name through the criminal database. That had this woman did that, even though he didn't register as a sex offender, she would have seen that he went to prison for 10 years and his arrest record will be on file. She could have saw that he was arrested for the crimes committed, right? And then lastly, do not date men who has been in prison for a long length of time. I said 2 years or more. I don't know what you guys think. I think some men do make mistakes and they get sentenced. But if it's beyond 2 years, meaning prison time, I'm not talking about county time. He's undateable, in my opinion. And I digress and yield the floor.
That's a good observation. You said 7 things to list. 7 things.
No, it doesn't matter what 7. We just coming up with procedures to teach women how to maneuver when they have daughters.
Okay. Basically, stay alert, have your guard up. When you meet a guy, don't be so quick to jump into a relationship so quick because you don't know what the guy's about. You didn't do a background check. It's always good to do like background checks on guys to make sure that he doesn't have a criminal history, especially abusing children. Get to know a guy. If he has like some signs like anything predatory, he wants to know where you live. He wants to know if you have children, or what you bring to the table, please avoid that men at all costs. Get up and walk away. Do not continue to engage in discussions with men like that. Always get up and walk away. And one last thing, if you suspect a man to have predatory behavior, do not continue to have a conversation. Go with your intuition and just walk the other way. Do not engage with him. That's all I have to say.
Okay, I guess
Hey, I was
I'll
about to say,
go.
Creator, you next, girl.
Okay. All right. First and foremost, you need to make sure he has do a background check, but not just do a background check. You also need to go online and look at the state's court system and look up his name. And matter of fact, when you do meet him, you want to make sure you know it's actually him. So you want to make sure you see his driver's license or valid ID of his with his first name and his last name. I know I'm kind of crazy, but yes, I do ask guys if they have a valid ID. I just need to make sure. And they do show it to me, the ones who are intentional. And also look at the way he's dressed. If he's still dressed like he's in high school, then you already know that this is somebody who you can't really take serious because he's still stuck in like the teenage, he's still stuck in that era. He's not on the grown man.
Creative, what
You have-
happened?
Your mic.
Girl, you with this connection, you better call your server.
Can you hear me?
And threaten
Yeah.
it.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah,
We hear you now.
Okay, I don't think it's anything to do with my server. I don't know. I think it's because I have an Android phone. I think anyway. So make sure he has a valid driver's license. Look at the way he's dressed because if he's still dressed like he's in high school, then he's still stuck in that mentality. If he's not dressing grown to his age, that should be a strike off your list. Like no. You gotta make sure he has a job. He has a job. He's passionate about something in his life. Something needs to drive him. He needs to be happy about his current situation. The last thing you want to do is date somebody who's not happy and then they're dependent on you to make them happy. That's not. Make sure he has a schedule. Like, is this dude working out? Like, you need to find out about him because idle mind is like the devil's playground. If he's not busy with his life, his friends, his family, his job.
Uh-oh.
Here we go again.
Back in a second.
So we got mic problems with me. We got internet problems with Creative.
Oh gosh, am I back? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We apologize,
Okay.
chat. We gonna get our shit together.
I know, I'm so sorry, you guys. I just got a new phone, and that's what's happening. But yeah, I just, just make sure he's like a regular human being, and he loves his life. Because if he doesn't love his life or love himself, how is he gonna be able to love you or be thoughtful, be compassionate? An idle mind is a devil playground. Is a great way for things to happen and negativity to just sweep on in. Just find somebody who's busy, who love their life, and who's happy. I passed the mic.
Torch, do you have did you comprise a list, or are we gonna go to Darnell?
No list from me. Let's go to Darnell.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. I do have a list, small list, but for the most part, I'm going to be regurgitating what Cyber Dreams pretty much already said for the most part. Okay. But one, keep your children. When you're dating a man for the first time, you should probably, as a single mom, you should keep your children at a distance. In other words, you shouldn't have your children interacting with this guy. And you got to put the number somewhere, but I put it at about the first 6 months. At that point, you have to vet the guy. You got to put the number somewhere. It could be longer, but you do have to put the number somewhere. I just put it at 6 months. You probably shouldn't. He shouldn't be in your children's life because, first of all, even if let's just say he's not a weirdo. There's no guarantee, that you guys are going to be together anyway. So what is the point of having this man in your child's life? You know what I mean? Unless you know for a fact, okay, I see myself with this guy. Two, if a man, like, you're on a date, and I'm talking like the first 90 days, it's one thing to ask, someone, hey, so do you have children? How many children? That's one thing, But if he's asking too many questions, like, what is your child, so what does your children look like? Or is asking to see a photo, continuously seems to be crying for information, that can be a red flag. Like I said, again, it's one thing to ask, on the first date, hey, do you have kids? Okay, how many kids do you have? What are their ages? That's one thing. But, when you start going into too many details, asking, what do your children like and this and that, that's kind of, to me, that's red flag like behavior. Number three, I would say, if they seem to be, for lack of a better term, overzealous and trying to spend time with your kids, it's one thing to okay, I want to show, hey, I'm a good dad and this and that. I could be a good father to your kids. That's one thing. But there are some people, that use that type of behavior. They're actually predators. You have to be very careful. This one is gonna, basically, if they, like I said, if they seem to want to interact with your children just a little bit too much, like, yeah, that's kind of creepy behavior. Number four, you guys are going to get a kick out of this one, but if a guy drives a white van, that's a red flag.
Well, wait, can you expound on that, please?
A white van?
Yes.
You've never heard a lot of the predators, they drive white vans with no windows or illegally tinted windows. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say everybody drives.
You know what, Darnell? You did a great job with this. For those who are hate watching, we value other men's opinions, especially if they are good men. And you said something about you said something that really is profound. You said that if you don't think that you're gonna be with this man for the rest of your life, there's no need for him to be around your children anyway. There's no guarantee. Yeah. And I think that is hella important.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, if you don't see yourself with this guy, it's just the vibe is off or whatever reason,
I'm not even talking about the vibes. I'm just saying what you initially said. You said that through the first 6 months, there's no guarantee that this is your husband. So there's no reason for him to be around your children. I say 6 months to a year, maybe 2 years.
Yeah, well, like I said, you have to put it somewhere.
Yeah, and I think that's very important that the ladies heard a man say that. Mm-hmm. I digress.
But to be honest with you, I really just regurgitated. You had already hit these earlier in the live, so.
But I didn't say that. I didn't even think of that as an aspect of it.
Oh, okay.
Straight up, like straight up. All right. So, who else? Who came on? Alexander, you got any thoughts? Do you got a list?
Um, I I only got a few. Well, I would say the first one was Darnell's point about the white vans. Um, is the second point. You know, I want to say is if 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 your children says that you know that they've been touched inappropriately, don't just put it on the back burner because it may happen again, and this time her life could be in danger. And and number three, watch out for the red flags.
Watch out for the what now?
Like, okay, like if the man is looking at at the children funny, and and they come and tell the mother, then it's really, to me, it's really because again I because the red flags will be there as well, because and my last one is watch out for men who will take advantage of the children as well, because that's how I'm trying I'm trying to figure out the words. That's how it happens. That's how the stuff. That's how these things happen as well. It happens as well. And the last one is make sure to do a background check, because now they're trying to hide about being offenders and everything. So yeah, that's my list.
All right. I'd like to welcome Buck I Heart to the stage. How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me. Hello, everyone. I would say, especially when it comes to like single mothers or even single women, period, take your time. Look at this love bombing and see it for what it's worth, and don't even fall for it. Take your time to get to know this person. Make sure he's giving you his government name. Let's start with that. And if he doesn't have kids, but you have kids, but there's like certain words that pedophiles usually say is, "Oh, I don't have kids, but I'm like a big kid at heart." Red flag, red flag. Or is he gravitating towards other people's children, or you some type of form where he wants to be in the presence of children? But you won't know none of that if you wasn't taking your time to get to know this person, see his interaction with his own family members. How do you look at other people's children? Because they do all have that same look, and they can't hide that look. They cannot hide that look. Like, they will literally stare a child down, and it's like it shows their true colors, and they can't hide it. No matter what, they can never hide that look. And if any woman that's been abused as a child, we all know that fucking look. And you should identify that, even if it ain't nothing to do with you or you're not dating that person. you make sure you tell that child's parent. Hopefully, she's gonna reciprocate the information because that's another fucking story. But as long as you do your part as far as voicing that concern, no matter how that mom or dad reciprocated, you did your part. You didn't sit there being silent of a predator preying on other children. You know, and that whole just taking your time getting to know this person, that weeds out a lot of bullshit because those predators, even though they are like very patient when it comes to targeting what children they want to target, you got to make sure your child is not the even if you're not dating them, you got to make sure your child is not that target because they target the little quiet kids, the little insecure little kids, the ones that look like they're not being loved at home. They target those children. They're not going to really target the loud spoken kids that's rambunctious, where they're just they'll tell it how it is. They don't really deal with those kids, but it's always the little quiet kids, the shy kids, the kids that's kind of reserved. They target those because they feel like they can intimidate those kids to be silent. At the end of the day, that's what you got to look out for. The ones that's always around kids but probably ain't got his own kids. Even like you got to be careful of the coaches, the teachers, people in your congregation. I mean, I'm not saying nothing ill will about the church community, but they harbor those type of people in there too. And you gotta be vigilant. You gotta make sure you educate your children. Look out for the ones that they're targeting, to where you could be their guardian angel that could prevent things. And then not just that, like, and we all been children at some point. I'm pretty sure we probably knew maybe one or two little boys that was always humping on the little girls. They grew up to they're men now, and ain't no telling what the fuck they doing. But if you knew them as a child, and you might come across a Facebook page that he's dating her or he got kids of his own, it could be an anonymous message like, look, you may want to keep an eye on this person. You may not want to go into details, but as long as you speak up, and that's the whole thing, you have to speak up. You can't be complicit. You can't act like you don't know. You got to be very vigilant because as long as they keep being coddled in silence, the kids, it has to take adults, even children, teach your child to speak up because that little boy might have been like assaulting your child. But you got to tell your child, like, no, you got to fight. You got to speak up if they touch you wrong. And not just that, these little fucking, it's the kids. It's the kids. They out here doing that same shit too. And they're targeting other kids. Don't you know they got even reporting at school that these kids are at those fucking schools? Now you got to teach your kid about that too. Like, look out for those type of kids. Report those kids. They need some type of trail, like some type of paper trail for someone to know who this child is. Because at some point, they're going to grow up to be an adult. And they're going to have victims along the way. But you can put a stop to that. That's all I got to say. Thanks for having me up here.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for coming up. All right, Cyber. Let's see who. Did we get everyone?
Yeah, except you. Where your list at, man? You ain't getting off
wait.
the hook. At least
Okay,
give us two.
My believe it or not, this is gonna sound strange because it's coming from me, but I thought what let's see, where is that message? Oh, everything LW said, number one. Everything she said, number one. Number two, so you have to either read her messages here or you have to go to her channel, of course. there, everything she said was on point. Who else? Where is that? Oh, Black women wake up and behold. She has stated this: from my so-called family to Blackistan, I don't trust none of y'all demons dust. And believe it or not, I agree with that. You're better off. Somebody has to, number one, somebody has to win your trust. That's the funny thing about a lot of that goes on in the manosphere. They want you to be, i.e., submissive, but that also includes giving your trust to somebody who doesn't deserve it. There is nothing wrong with this message at all. You are not supposed to blindly trust anyone. They have to work for that trust. And you would, in my opinion, it's one of the most logical things. Sometimes you have to, as a person, you have to step outside. Really think about it. I might be trustworthy, but really I'm one person. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't know me, right? Why should you really blindly trust me? Okay. The odds are what? 1 to 3 there's maybe out of 3 guys, maybe one is trustworthy, maybe. So even though it sounds rough, what Black women wake up and behold said, it's actually extremely logical. I mean, think about it. Think about the whole Black manosphere. They make money off of making other men not trust Black women. So why be their target? They don't trust you. So if anything, I mean, it's like this. You get to know somebody, you vet them. You see, to me, it's down to trust points. You get to know somebody, they get a trust point because they show stability. Then over time, you give them maybe another point, but you don't just trust people. I see so many people just throwing their life, really, when you think about it, at the mercy of unworthy people. So yeah, trust is to be earned, not given. I know it sounds generic, but that's true.
I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
and
Detroit.
MsRV nailed it too. Our children need to be protected. It takes a village. Unfortunately, I think we can all agree that the village is crumbling or has crumbled. Oh, there is nothing wrong with you telling on somebody who's being inappropriate. Better safe than sorry. You see somebody being even subtly inappropriate with a kid, a child, male or female child, blow the whistle. That whole snitch theory thing is only for the snitch theory thing only works for criminals. Other cultures, they have no problem with per se snitching. It's only our culture, and you see where it got us. Welcome to the stage, Angelina. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you? I just thought
Well.
I just thought I'd come in and like say on the live some of the things that I said in the chat, and I wanted to stress one in particular, because I put a list in the chat about different ways you can protect your child from SA, but one in particular I think is installing cameras in your home, and also letting the person who's looking after your child know that they are installed. Not where they're installed, but letting them know there are cameras in your home. So it's kind of like a double whammy. You can see things around what's going on, and also they don't know where, what, and when. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
So
a
they're
great
less
idea.
likely to do that. So if you are, because I think it's unrealistic to say never have someone babysit your child, because how are you going to go to work? What's happening? You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things, you know, because even females can SA. I mean, it's rare, but it happens, right? So you can't even say, oh, just, you know, have female babysitters, because that's not always safe. So I would say that the number one thing would be to have some sort of, because you can get them on Amazon these days.
True.
Like, it doesn't have to be like, you know, super duper fixtured. You can get them on Amazon and put them in places where they can't be seen, but you know. Right,
Excellent
they do
idea.
that a lot in the UAE. That's what made me think of it, to be honest, because they do it a lot in the UAE because they have a lot of big families and stuff like that. So they have cameras in their homes. So having the person babysit at your place and also having cameras installed in your home, very important, I think, in this day and age.
That's a good idea.
Miss Angelina, may I ask you a question? Quick question.
You go ahead.
Are you originally from the UK by chance?
I am originally from the UK.
Oh, okay. I was just curious the accent. I was just curious.
Do I sound like I'm from the UK?
Yes, ma'am. You sound, to be exact, you sound like you might be English.
I am English.
Ah, yeah. See, I'm pretty good. I stayed on a British compound when I was in Saudi Arabia. I used to play a game. I used to like to play a game to guess where people were from and within the UK. Because I found out about the UK. You got Wales. You got, you know, Irish, English,
yeah,
and Scottish.
Yeah, the United Kingdom, sure, but yeah, I'm from England.
Okay.
You're in Saudi Arabia. I was in Saudi Arabia too for a while.
Yeah, so I was there when I was on loan to the Royal Saudi Air Force.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
I was in Taif. I started out in Escan Village in Riyadh, and then moved me up to Riyadh.
Yeah, Riyadh, it's cool. When did you go there last? Because it's pretty cool.
2015. That's when I was.
Oh, okay. That was a bit. Yeah, okay, that's a bit different.
Yeah.
Hey, Torch,
Yeah.
I'm about to drop, so you guys can. I'll see you guys at the after show. And for the chat, thank you guys for your
What
comments.
is this? What is this after show thing, Prism? Before you go, was it Prism?
We can't say it here, Miss Lady. We can't say it here.
Oh, okay. That's why no one's answering my question, because I'm like, what is this?
And I'm going to let you guys know, if no one told you they love you this week, I'm going to tell you this. I love you, and be safe, and get out of Blackistan.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Cyber.
Thank you.
Have a good night, ma'am.
Yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to come up here and stress, the installing of the cameras. I think that's really important, especially for single mothers, because you can get them connected to your phone, your mobile phone. So you can literally just pick up the signal from your phone and see all the rooms from your phone. It's pretty incredible, really.
I have a question the Miss Lady that spoke about cameras. That is definitely a great idea. But my only concern is, would that include the bathrooms? Because, you know, we may not know exactly where the assault would occur
Yeah,
per
in every
se.
room.
Yeah.
In every
Okay.
room. It's active when you are babies, when someone's looking after your child.
Right.
Because in the UAE, they have nannies, right? So this is why they want to make sure they want to keep tabs on their child at all times, what's going on at all times. So
Yes,
that's why they have.
oh yeah, definitely. I agree. But also be mindful that any camera can be easily hacked.
That is true.
Just saying.
But if they
Yeah.
don't know where they are, they can't,
Right.
you know, that's the thing. It's like, let them know that there are some so that they don't go about their business and assault your child anyway. You know what I mean? That's not, it's not the point, right? It's supposed to be prevention. So that's why I say let them know there are cameras there. Oh, but just a casual, by the way, there are cameras here, just in case, just to let you know, and just go about your business, you know?
I don't know. I mean, I'm with you as far as putting them in the house. I can understand that. In the bathroom, you know, because you got to understand, especially if they're, if you do put a camera in the bathroom, I would recommend it's not one of those online cameras where you can just pull it up on your phone or anything. And the reason I say that, anything online can be hacked, you know, so you know what I mean?
Okay, I
So,
hear what you're saying there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing I didn't consider.
Yeah, so like if you have it like say in the hall where the bathroom is in the hall, you can still see somebody doing something inappropriate. You know, I mean, well, you won't see the act. But
Well, no,
still,
because
something
if your
inappropriate.
child's really, because if your child's really young and they need help with the bathroom, you're not going to think twice about them going into the bathroom with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's true too.
So it depends on your child's age, basically, as well. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You bring up a point.
Yeah, because like I mean, there's people on the internet, like I said, they can access because they can hack into it and they can make, you know, somebody sitting there on the toilet, they can make videos and post it on, you know what?
But can they? They must have some sort of like spy. I don't want to say spyware because I think that's the wrong word, but you know what I mean, like protection from hacking.
I mean, yes. Usually there's usually some kind of encryption, but anything can be.
Anything can be hacked, but I'm thinking your average predator isn't a IT hacker.
No.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. The two aren't really. They're not aligned. Like your average hacker isn't going to be also a predator. I don't think.
No, but I wasn't just referring just to the online predators, or excuse me, the predators. I was also just referring to, you know, basic hacks, like, because there are people, when IP cameras first came out, there were people, you know, hacking into people's security systems and just people watching. You know,
yeah, but if yeah, I hear what you're saying, but if they're not a predator, it's kind of, they're not going to be watching that. You know what I mean?
Welcome to the stage, Prism. How you doing?
This is what I'm thinking. I'm not. You make a valid point. I'm not like. I'm just thinking of the other side of it. It's like if they're not a predator and they're people watching, and your child's on the toilet, they're probably not going to watch that.
Right. But I'm just saying, just somebody online, anybody online, like I don't know if you remember, but years ago there was a flaw in Skype. You remember Skype?
What?
Skype. The
Skype.
Yeah. There was a flaw.
Wait. Hold on, Darnell.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think we dug into that rabbit hole far enough. As far as the technology, we get your point. It can be circumvented, but for the most part, everything that Angelina said is on point. I do understand there are some security concerns, but
I didn't say
later on we'll do a technology class on that.
Yeah, I wasn't taking what he was saying as a contradiction to what I was saying. I was taking it more of an add-on, but yeah.
You know. Another thing you could do is you could probably put cameras like in children's toys, like a giant stuffed bear or something.
That's the thing. It's like you put them in places where they're not going to be easily found. But I mean, yeah, that's they're pretty
well, I don't
good.
know if a toy. I don't know if a toy would work only because kids play with toys. So the toy, you never know where the toy is going to be.
That is true. That's true.
It would have to be something that doesn't get moved at all, like I don't know, a statue or something weird like that.
Yeah, just put a statue in the room. But then that's obvious. If you've said that there's cameras,
right?
And then there's a statue in the room. It's gonna be okay.
It would be something. You know, it'd be it would be kind of one of those kind of toys that nobody plays with, or it stays in one place, or something stationary. But
yeah, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, does anyone else have were you finished, Angelina?
No, yeah, I'm done. I had a list of them, but they're all in the chat. I just wanted to come and stress that one because I think it's a particularly, helpful one for single mothers out there trying to do their thing.
Extremely helpful.
Hey, I just wanted to pop in and say the after show, the link is, if I have your email, and I've already sent the link out for you for the Google Meet. And we will see you all there. Sassafras, I know you said that you wanted to come to the after show. I'm going to have to verify who you are and kind of vet you out a little bit to see what's going on, because we do some very private topic things in the chat that we probably it's a little bit sensitive to some people. So it's kind of like a backstage thing. If you want to send your email to DJ Torch, he has his email listed on his page, and we can do the vetting and see who you are. All right. Thank you.
I would like to also join the back chat too. I can email as well. I mean, I don't have to join tonight, but if we could vet beforehand.
He's already dropped it in